Happy New Year, 2024. Clock the cut. Clock Heaven's Gate drip. Oh my god. Let's get back into this, shall we? Alright. Okay, so I am a pretty big conspiracy nut. I just think it's fun to, explore what we possibly don't know just a little bit. I'm not like QAnon or anything. I'm more of like Loch Ness Monster and Chupacabra are real, you know? I'm a big conspiracy guy in that way. I want to know about Area 51, not Epstein's Island, even though I've done my fair share of research on Epstein and all that. But I thought it would be fun today to go down the conspiracy iceberg and kind of see the plausibility of each one on there and kind of like do a deep dive of the iceberg itself and kind of try and understand why these theories exist. And then I'll see, like, is there a chance that this theory is actually more of a truth? What do I know, though? Not much. Let me tell you that. But without further ado, let's jump into the ultimate conspiracy theory iceberg from Reddit. Okay, so number one on the iceberg, this is above water where, you know, Bigfoot. I mean, I don't know how much the footage could be real, though I do believe in Bigfoot. Yeah, I think Bigfoot's real. I think there's a high possibility that there is like an unidentified ape humanoid creature living deep in the woods that like we haven't discovered yet. That's why I like cryptids a lot, because I think the possibility of us having creatures that we haven't scientifically discovered, I think that just raises the possibility for their existence so much higher. So yeah, I do believe in Bigfoot. That's a plausible one. Bush did 9/11 is 2 on the list. I do believe that as well. That's true, factually. I don't know if it was necessarily Bush alone. I think 9/11, you can say it was an inside job, but even if it wasn't, the US is directly responsible for the events that happened that day. And I can do a whole other video on that. There's a documentary called Hypernormalization that was on the BBC that kind of clearly explains how the US government set up basically the events for 9/11 to happen, regardless of any conspiracy facts or anything like that. So yeah, 9/11 is the United States' fault. Just pumping right out the gate for the new year. Okay. Big Pharma. That's real. I fully believe that we have either found a cure for cancer or cures for HIV or other things. And the reason we don't pump them out to everyone is because of money. So yeah, Big Pharma is real because they want money. They would rather you be sick so they can have money. That's not much of a conspiracy. That just goes to show that capitalism is bad. I think a lot of conspiracy theories fall under these people trying to like jump through hoops of living under capitalism and how terrible and bad it can be. And all of them can just be put under like, this is just capitalist greed, not a reptile in a suit. But anyways, so yeah, Big Pharma is real. We're 3 for 3. The Illuminati, real. See, you know, I'm just gonna say real to all these. No, the Illuminati, I don't know if it's like a secret satanic order, but there is definitely a brotherhood between the 1%. There's definitely a brotherhood between billionaires, and once again, money controls more than the government could ever do. So, these billionaires and the mega wealthy, the 1%, they're the ones that are in charge of what's going on. Like, they get away with everything. So, yeah, in a way, it's an Illuminati. But I believe that, like, people are meeting in, like, temples and stuff and worshiping the devil and trying to bring about a new world order and a new, like, one world government and things like that. I don't really believe that. But I do believe there's a top percentage of people in power over us peasants. Okay? Cool. Singers who didn't really die, are we talking about, like, Tupac? I mean, I'm sure there is a singer who has faked their death. I don't really care either way if they did or did not. Good for them if they pulled it off. I mean, that could be real. It seems more like a stretch to fake your death, but I'm sure someone has done it. The Simpsons. So this is in reference to The Simpsons predicting everything. You know, I think most people with, like, if you really pay attention, you can kind of predict a lot of things that are going to happen. We're not an unpredictable species or society, if that can make sense. So I do think that The Simpsons predicting the future and everything is just, like, a very big coincidence from Matt Groening, who, is he on the Epstein flight logs? Next. Atlantis. Real. Fellow YouTuber made a very good video on the existence of Atlantis, being in Africa, the eye of the Sahara. What was his name? I think it might be Bright Insight. It's an incredible video. Go watch that. Yeah, I believe that is what I truly believe about Atlantis. I think it's really cool. Ghosts. I believe in ghosts because matter can neither be created nor destroyed. So of course there's always going to be a part of you lingering around after you die. Yeah, I used to give ghost stories around Austin. I do believe in ghosts. I have to say it. Yes. I believe in spiritual energy. You can contact that, for sure. That was a ghost. What? Next on the list, we have the Mandela effect. I guess I have to say that I believe that this is real because I am a believer in Berenstain Bears, not the Berenstain Bears. So, and I'm also a believer in the Fruit of the Loom cornucopia. So yeah, that's real. Real life Matrix simulation. I don't care if I'm living in a simulation. I think there's truth to this. It's real, but not in, like, a computer game, video game way. It's like the simulation that we live in is capitalism. And the simulation is the system, you know, like we are just, yeah, the simulation is capitalism. That's literally about it. The next thing is this man. I don't know who this man is. I have never seen this man. But I believe they're talking about the man that everyone's seen in their dreams. I don't have any, is that what Dream Scenario is based off of? I've never had a dream where I've seen that man. But I do believe in things like that happening, I'm sure. I don't think he's like a malicious entity, but you know who I do think is a malicious entity that I have met myself? I've met the Hat Man. In many sleep paralysis things. So things like that, Yeah, I believe in things like that, sure. UFOs, pretty plausibly real. Regardless of if there's aliens or not, I think like a lot of UFOs can be like military grade insane technology that we can't even fathom that is testing, and that's what they're seeing. Area 51 is a real place, so I do believe in that. I would love to think that it's like a nesting ground for aliens, and like they're testing the shit out of aliens and UFOs and using alien technology. But I mean, realistically, Area 51 is a place that is for military testing. The Loch Ness Monster falls under the same category as Bigfoot and all other cryptids. The Loch Ness Monster, however, I think is something more akin to the coelacanth fish that they thought was extinct for so long, and then it just like randomly showed up in like 2007. So the Loch Ness Monster myth is that it's a plesiosaur that somehow survived the extinction. I'm the biggest fucking dinosaur nerd in the world. I would love more prehistoric creatures to have somehow survived. So, I hope the Loch Ness Monster is true. Epstein death. I don't know if Epstein killed himself, to be quite honest. I would believe if it somehow comes out that he didn't. And if he did die, it was obviously to cover up egregious crimes that our minds can't even fathom what he's done. Epstein, it's not even a big conspiracy theory. That stuff is pretty much confirmed. I'm sure there's a lot that they're hiding from us about just how bad it is. Now we're going to time travelers. I would love to believe in time travelers. I really would, but that seems implausible as of now. Scientifically. Vampire people. Have you ever been out in like New Orleans? I 100% believe in vampires. Yeah, I used to want to be a vampire. Still kind of do. I think they're sexy, but I'm like not talking about like a vampire in a Dracula sense. I really do think I took a tour in New Orleans once, and they told me that there are people like on the square who like think that they are vampires and like will bite you and eat you and stuff, and they're probably on like meth or bath salts, and I guess like if that counts as I guess more cannibalism, but the existence of cannibalism I guess is proof that vampiric people, that's plausible. Reptile people, I don't know about that. I think the only plausible kind of reptile person that I could see happening is similar to the movie The Descent, where it's like a subterranean reptilian humanoid thing. Kind of like the aquatic ape theory for mermaids, but like underground. That I could see. Vaccines. Yeah, I think everyone should get vaccinated. I'm sorry, I'm not woke like that. Yeah, just like get vaccinated for COVID. I don't know. They're not gonna make you like walk backwards if you get a flu shot and stuff. Gay frogs. That's true. Whatever Alex Jones was talking about in that one thing, I think is like actually true. But I've known about gay frogs since I was little because of Jurassic Park. Some amphibians can change their gender to reproduce, so gay frogs. Jet fuel can't melt steel beams. Why is that separate from Bush did 9/11? No, it's a similar situation. 9/11 could have been an inside job. Ugh, this one pisses me off. Michelle Obama is not a trans man, not a trans woman. And even if she was, I don't care. Flat Earth. I don't believe the Earth is flat. No. Pizzagate. Pizzagate was real, right? Okay, Pizzagate, I know there's some truth to that story. For those who don't know, Pizzagate is basically like exposing a pedophile ring in Washington, D.C., where people were ordering kids, and I guess pedophile slang is, they use pizza is one of the terms. So they called it Pizzagate. I think the Clintons were involved, and honestly, I believe that the Clintons were involved with some, at least Bill. And I'm sure Hillary's probably covering it up. I believe that one. The Fermi paradox.
Taxi!
Let me just recorrect this. The Fermi paradox is the idea that...
Taxi!
Oh, we are alone in the universe? This theory suggests that whoever was the first in the galaxy to reach intelligence won, and now no one else has a chance. See, I choose to believe in aliens and stuff like that, and I'm choosing to be hopeful and not believe in the Fermi paradox. Definitely an option. 5G. If it's gonna give me cancer, it's gonna give me cancer. I mean, everything else is gonna give me cancer too, right? The Denver International Airport, I don't think is a big satanic like meeting ground or anything, or like a hellmouth. Simply because they're in on the joke, and like they decorate it specifically to make it like creepier, right? They have like gargoyles and stuff. And just because they're like joking about it, I don't think it's true. Roswell, I think it's true. I'm choosing to believe in Roswell. Because I like aliens. But then again, that could have been a military thing that just got like completely, blown out of proportion. QAnon is a lie. If you do believe in anything regarding QAnon, you are brain dead, and you like actually should be in a psych ward. Egyptian architecture. Is this like the aliens built the pyramids? I don't believe the aliens built the pyramids. Hollow Earth. Now, according to what we scientifically know, right, this is not plausible. However, I would like it to be real. So, plausible. Freemasons are real. My uncle is one. Greek fire? Is that the burning of the Library of Alexandria? They could have just said that. I think that is a really great tragedy that happened to the human race. And we lost a lot of intelligence that day. I don't know how that's a conspiracy theory. I guess maybe the theory is like it was burned to like protect all this information inside and everything, like just suppress it. That happened, and I don't see how that's a conspiracy theory. Birds aren't real. No, birds are dinosaurs. NASA conspiracies. I like to dabble in those. I would mostly believe most things you would tell me about NASA. What concerns me is that NASA was built originally to explore the ocean. They went down there and were like, no. There's something happening down there. Mattress firm stores. Is that they're like a money laundering front or something like that? Because sure. Cannibal Queen Elizabeth, I have no idea about. Let's take a look at that. The Queen Mary are both known to have consistently drank potions containing the human skull and were users of corpse medicine. Alright. Yes, then. Mount Rushmore chamber. That seems realistic to me. I'm gonna say that's plausible. Hitler in Argentina. I know many Nazis fled to South America. I don't think Hitler was one of them. The Holocaust didn't happen. Not plausible. Bohemian Grove is real. Plausible. Skinwalkers. I don't even know if I should say that word. I believe in them. There's too much weird stuff going on in Appalachia for me to not believe in them. Quantum mechanics. Badoy. Yeah, I don't know what that is. But sure, I believe in it. Kennedy assassination. I'm guessing they're talking about how that's like an inside job by like the CIA and things like that. I think that is a plausible take. Okay. The third tier. Mary Magdalene. Mary Magdalene is a biblical figure. And I guess if we're saying that Jesus is a real person and that is like a proven thing, then by all means, Mary Magdalene is real and she's plausible. I don't know any conspiracy theories about her. And I don't want to get into looking at Bible stuff right now, so. Sorry. Oh, Lord, they drained me. Satoshi Nakamoto? Okay. Satoshi Nakamoto is the name used by the presumed pseudonymous person or persons who developed Bitcoin. Authored the... Okay. So this is whoever created Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin is dumb. Dum 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 dum. So is all money. Skull and Bones fraternity. Isn't that like the Yale secret society where they like act out murder and stuff? That's real. Neanderthal superiority. I don't know. I guess maybe genetically they were superior and we wiped them out. I would say that's not true because of Darwinism. Infantile stem cells. I think that is plausible. Don't they collect stem cells from babies sometimes? Yeah, I think that is a plausible thing. Global cooling, not true. Gray goo. I'll give it a Google. Gray goo. A variety of nanotech-related disaster scenarios, all which involve the rapid and destructive replication of tiny nanotech molecules. Oh, yeah, I believe that can happen. Yeah, that's plausible. That's probably where we're headed. Aleph? Is that like an Aphex Twin album? Oh, no. Aleph represents the oneness of God. Oh, and it's a letter. I think all of us are God and everything is God at the same time. So, I guess I'll agree with this. Skyquakes. Ooh. No. A loud banging sound is reported to originate from the sky. Did a transformer blow a couple miles away? That's happened to me. Yeah, no, I've heard of loud noises and that's a plausible thing. I don't know what they are. I guess that is the conspiracy. Ancient aliens. I love reading about ancient aliens. I think it's very interesting to speculate about. And part of me kind of hopes ancient aliens was true in a way. Because like you can say like, oh, all the gods and the angels in the Bible are aliens. So that's cool. But I guess I'm gonna go with not plausible. Okay, John Titor. Lord, this is a long ass fucking thing. A pseudonym used on internet forums between 2000 and 2001 by an individual claiming to be an American military time traveler from the year 2036. Oh, of course he's based in Tampa, Florida. Oh, he was on a stopover in the year 2000 for personal reasons to collect pictures lost in the future Civil War. I believe that we are probably headed for a Civil War. And to visit his family. Okay, so he said that there was a big multiverse. I believe in that. A civil war. So he mainly predicted a civil war in the United States having to do with order and rights. It would begin in 2005. Well, it did not. And erupt into war by 2008. Would split into 5 regions. That's interesting, but it did not happen. The war would end in 2015. Oh, and he predicted World War III. Well, we haven't got there yet. Washington, D.C. and Jacksonville, Florida would be crumbled after this war. And Omaha would be the new U.S. capital. Okay, I really doubt that. This is interesting. He pointed that the contemporary Arab-Israeli conflict is not a cause of the war, but as a milestone that precedes it. Well, we are there. No, I don't believe. This is just someone who was trying to predict the future, obviously. Yeah, I think... No, oh, okay, so they're saying, since he mentioned the predictions, that he created a new time stream, so things would happen semi-differently. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think this is just someone who was just predicting things that are likely going to happen. Quantum immortality. Don't know what that is. I believe in it. Polybius. Greek historian. So he created like separation of powers in government. I mean, he was a person. Alright, next. Phoenician colonization. There's so much colonization everywhere. I'm sure that probably happened. Antimatter doppelgangers? No, I don't believe in that. I do, however, believe in like multiverse versions of you, and like everything you do creates a different, yeah, that I love to believe. Antimatter doppelgangers, I do not. Göbekli Tepe, I do believe in. It's been a while since I've like researched any of that stuff, but it was like an ancient civilization, I believe. And I've listened to many a podcast on that, so that I do believe in, and I think it's plausible. Aztec blood sacrifices did happen, so why is that a conspiracy? Jules Verne was a person. Are they insinuating that like Jules Verne like wrote Journey to the Center of the Earth to like prove Hollow Earth theory? I don't know if that is plausible. Teenage Jesus. Whatever that means. Voynich manuscript. Now what's that? An illustrated codex, handwritten in an unknown script, referred to as Voynichese. The vellum on which it is written has been carbon dated to the early 15th century. Okay. So we haven't got the language out, and there are like a little bit of like mythical creatures and everything in there. This could literally just have been like the C.S. Lewis of the 15th century writing Narnia. I don't think we have to be worrying about this. I do believe in dragons, though. They were definitely real. And giants. Manichaean narrative. Manichaeism teaches an elaborate dualistic cosmology describing the struggle between a good spiritual world of light and an evil material world of darkness. Yeah, that's so true. Yeah, yeah, that's a good belief to have, I think. Yeah, let's look into that. Younger Dryas period? Oh, Lord. Okay. Earth's climate began to shift from a cold glacial world to a warmer interglacial state. Okay, so this is like the world shifting out of the Ice Age. It was a big mass extinction of like fauna and things, and a bunch of early humans died out. I don't know what the conspiracy is there, and I don't have the time to look it up. Operation Paperclip, I believe in that. That happened. Sea people. The aquatic ape theory. Look into it. I believe that. Has anyone else seen that mockumentary on, I think it was Animal Planet, about the aquatic ape theory? That made me believe it. And then they said they like made it up, but... All right, we're on the penultimate tier now, okay? It's getting serious. Psychedelic astronauts. What is this? See, you look up psychedelic astronaut, and all of it is just basically like someone painting a painting of someone painting astronauts when they took shrooms. I'm assuming psychedelic astronaut is something similar to Ancient Aliens, or maybe like when you take drugs you can astral project. I believe in astral projection, so I'll leave it at that. Webcam art, I for some reason actually don't want to look that up. Living water. No. Pharaoh Akhenaten. That sounds so familiar. So he was a pharaoh that we know. The most hated pharaoh. Oh, so they think he probably knew hella stuff about the aliens that built the pyramids, of course. You know, I'm sure people, I think that's like a lot of these things with historical figures. People love to just write like historical fiction. Tesseract Earth. I'm gonna say no. Civilizations before humans. Absolutely. I think there's so much lost history, and I think that's why I like conspiracy theories. Because it's cool to think about lost information and lost civilizations. I mean, if we ever do start time traveling, I think the first thing we have to do is like go to ancient Egypt, go to Aztec, go to all these things and see just how advanced they are, because we don't even know the extent of that. And I think, you know, we don't know if the dinosaurs actually had like dinotopia. We don't know how advanced we are, and if we truly are the first intelligent civilization, which I just don't think that's true. So yeah, that's 100% plausible to me. The Eye of Africa. I mentioned that earlier. I believe in it. Finland isn't real. Not plausible to me. Buzz Aldrin. That's the whole like moon landing was fake thing, I'm sure. Could be plausible. Human brain source code. I'm sure that goes hand in hand with living in a simulation, which I've already explained. Continents beyond the ice wall. Okay, now we're in flat Earth. If flat Earth was real, and you put like Narnia on the map, which I've seen, I'm pretty sure. No, I don't believe in flat Earth. So, no, I don't believe in continents beyond the ice wall. Project Bluebeam. That's like the false flag thing in the sky, isn't it? Look, I believe if the government wants to set us up against an alien threat, they would. I've done that years ago. Truly. I just hope if aliens ever come, it's not fake. That would suck. Clockwork elves. Those are real. I haven't done DMT, but if anyone wants to give me some, hey. Those are so real. Beyond real. Look into stuff about DMT. That's crazy. Fire is alive. No, that's not plausible to me. Battle of Los Angeles. I don't know what that is. Is that like, that movie with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson? I'm sure there will be a Battle of Los Angeles one day. Tachyon particles? Oh, let's take a look. It's a hypothetical particle that always travels faster than light. That's plausible to me. I mean, we just found out like what a quark was rather recently, no? I'm sure there probably are particles that we haven't proven exist, but do. That makes sense. North Korea equals utopia? Not plausible. The others in Genesis. Does Genesis 4 indicate that God specifically created others besides Adam and Eve? Oh, because he says... Oh. I'm sure it could imply that. I don't give a fuck about the Bible. The internet was discovered. I think that's plausible. We tapped into something energetically, sure, yeah. Codex Gigas? Gigas? Codex Gigas. The largest extant medieval illuminated manuscript in the world. Confessions of sins, a number of spells, a calendar, and general purpose scribblings. Oh, it's the Devil's Bible. Due to its highly unusual full-page portrait of Satan. A calendar with a necrology. Okay. So this person was doing spells. Okay. It's not really shocking to me that, like, there's a real Necronomicon out there. So, Incan airplanes, like I said, they could have had them. We don't know how truly advanced some civilizations could be. There's so much that has been lost. Incans could have had airplanes, sure. Yeah! We've done it. We've got to the last tier. Let's get through this, okay? Life is an unproven theory. That's plausible. That feels very philosophical and just like existential and things like that. The Vatican is the beast. That's true. There's nothing more evil than the fucking Vatican, I swear. The rapture already happened. No. No. People who cannot think don't exist. So that's like NPC. I once dated someone who said he didn't have an eternal monologue, and yeah, I think that's true. NPCs are real. The US actually landed on the moon. I haven't heard that being a conspiracy theory. Okay, yeah, that's plausible. We killed God. We are God. Can't kill yourself. Well, you can. Oh, it's plausible. We're very evil. Immortality-induced amnesia. I'd rather have reincarnation. Just one line. Her. I don't know what that means. Let me just... Her conspiracy theory. Yeah, I don't know what corner of 4chan or the dark web you gotta be to find out what her is, but I'll stick with the Spike Jonze movie. God's ego death, God's last wish, the final understanding, infinity paradox, and knowledge paradox. I mean, those are the last things on the tier. They're all kind of connected to me. They all kind of seem like just people... It's like a circle jerk of like, what if we're not real? What if we killed God? What if God feels shame for creating us? You know, it's just things that... don't matter.